Hello everyone, welcome to Even the Scales. Thank you if you've clicked on my video today. I'm on my channel right now to appeal for urgent help due to the extreme abuse and humiliation I'm being put through right now here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, both in my home and when I leave the house. For anyone who doesn't know, the justice system have teamed up with corrupt members of the justice system, and the health system have teamed up with my landlord, St George Community Housing, my family members, and a large majority of the Campbelltown community to put me through abuse, to try and abuse me to death. And this is happening to me because of crimes that have been committed in the health system and the justice system here in New South Wales. They're trying to get rid of me so that no one has to be held accountable for their crimes. I've been going through extreme abuse for the past 22 months here in Campbelltown, but this actually started a long time ago. It actually started about 55 years ago, and I'm 60 now. So I've been put through psychological abuse for my entire life, and that is because the people that brought me up, they've stolen my legacy and my inheritance from me. They've stolen my entire life from me, and it was the plan from the day that they took me in and adopted me. And it's just snowballed and got to this point now where the corrupt members of the health system and the justice system that have helped them do that are just trying to hurry up and get rid of me so that they don't have to be held accountable for the corruption. And my landlord is St George Community Housing. They're still putting me through like abuse. It's to the extreme where you would never think that this could ever happen here in Australia. What I'm going through right now. The three neighbours that are joined to my home still have the ability to tamper with my air, and they're still doing so whenever they can. The landlord has rigged their range hoods over their stove so that they can tamper with my air. It's been like that for a long time, for the past almost 12 months now. These people I've known of that they've been tampering with my air, but they could have been doing it before that as well, and I just didn't realise. The woman downstairs, she sends dust through into my home. She's still constantly doing this, and I've posted videos to my channel in the past where you can see the dust falling from the roof. She's doing this while I sleep. Because I'll just go back and tell you about the health system and their part in this. So they've been involved in keeping information from me about my health deliberately. They're hoping that those conditions get worse, before I can heal them. That's one way they think that they can get rid of me. Corrupt members of the health system have also implanted a device in my body that shows the people that are putting me through abuse my vital signs. So this woman downstairs, she is sending this dust through into my home. She's also stalking me on illegal cameras that the landlord has placed in my home. And she does nothing else but stalk me. That's all she does. She stalks me and hunts me in my home around my movements. She's being paid to do this. She's a paid hit woman or a hired hit woman, and there's two other neighbours that are being paid. Either they're getting cheap rent, or they're getting paid, or they are expecting a lump sum of money when something, if something was to happen to me. They're desperate and they're dangerous right now, because if you go back on my channel and see what these people have done, you'll be absolutely shocked. And, there's more and more people finding out about this. So one of the only ways that the justice system and the health system can get to me right now is by using these three neighbours. And the landlord, the landlord's done so much. When the landlord's caught, whoever they are, they'll never be getting out of jail. I shouldn't imagine, like not what they've put me through. And yeah, this woman, she's sending this dust through, and because there's health conditions that I'm not being told about, you know, some of them I don't know how to, I can't fix them. And one of them is that I suffer with a breathing problem when I go to bed at night, and it causes something to happen that is very humiliating for me. And this is why they're trying to drag out this abuse. They're trying to drag it out because they want me to be humiliated. They want me to be just so mortified that I just want to give up on life, because that's one of the ways they're trying to get rid of me. You know, they're trying to just make my life just so miserable that I give up on life and take my own life so they can make it look like an accident, because, you know, there's corrupt members of the justice system involved and the health system. So there's corrupt ambulance drivers involved in this, there's corrupt doctors, nurses involved in this, and there's corrupt police. So, you know, and with the landlord also being corrupt, there's no one to turn to for help. My family members have stolen, so they've teamed up with all these people to do this, and, you know, that they were hoping to set it up so that it looked like I had taken my own life. I mean, the range hoods that have been rigged are also over these neighbours' stoves, so they have gas stoves. This woman downstairs has sent gas into my home, and she's desperate and dangerous right now. And she's constantly sending this dust through, and it's affecting my health in so many ways. So it's putting me through this humiliation of a night, because there's people viewing into my home illegally. Random people. People, you know, I don't even know who they are. There's people paying to view into my house to watch me be put through cruelty. A lot of those people are from organisations and businesses that have got involved with putting me through this abuse, because there's a lot of big organisations involved. I just went to a couple of those organisations just then when I went to the shopping centre, and I was put through humiliation and abuse, and I have been every time I've gone into to use their services for the past 22 months at least. They're very cruel. The abuse that I'm being put through is very cruel, and that's because that's just how this abuse has been the whole way through. I mean, I'm being put through extreme cruelty, and it's to try and make me lose hope. It's to try and make me lose, you know, my self-esteem, and to stop believing in myself. That's why they're doing it. But it's actually having the opposite effect. It's actually helping me to be proud of the person that I am, and just thank God that I'm nothing like these people. Because if I was anything like these miserable people that just get up every day to get out of bed to harm another person and do nothing else but focus on that all day, I think I want to give up on my life then. I do. So, if anything, they've made me be proud to be who I am. So that's not working. So they're just trying to go as cruel as they possibly can. There's people out there now trying to create distractions. There's people all around me involved in this who are viewing into my home illegally, stalking me around my movements. I just pulled out the driveway to go to the shopping centre. Before I even got out the driveway, there was people stalking me. And everything that I say on these videos, they do more. This is just a tactic that they use. It's a little part of the cruelty. Because there's health conditions that I need treatment for these health conditions. Like, I really do. Like, it's an absolute emergency that I get treatment. And I can't trust anybody in the health system at all, because everybody that I've turned to for help since at least, I'm going to say, November 2023, but it goes back way before that. But I'm talking about anyone that I've reached out to since November 2023 have been involved in this abuse. Before that, there was members of the health system involved in this going right back years and years in my life. But since November 2023, I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody because corrupt members of the health system and the justice system have made it so there is absolutely no help for me to turn to. All of the services that a person would normally rely on to live a life in a community where they can, look after, take care of their own well-being, they've all been taken away from me. I haven't got a health system to help me because they've all been involved in this. And I'm not going to go to them and be put through more cruelty and humiliation, which is what has been happening. And this is why I'm appealing for help right now, because it's urgent that I get help for my health. This woman's aggravating my health condition. She's aggravating this breathing problem, which is causing me humiliation and breathing problems. I have a lump in my throat. And it feels like it's getting bigger and bigger. And, I'm being forced to breathe in these dust particles constantly. I mean, everything in my home is covered in it. It's just through everything. I mean, I can't get a tissue out of the tissue box without dust just going everywhere. Like, it's just through everything. I sit there in my home and I'll find myself just covered in dust. It's through everything in my home. Just big plumes of dust come off everything. It can't be healthy living like this. And I've been living with this for months and months. And I've been trying to, expose this woman to what she's doing. But there's so many people involved in this. No one's doing anything to help me. I just hope there is people that are coming forward now, especially when, the people that are putting me through abuse right now, like, they can be pinpointed. They can be pinpointed to the point where we can pinpoint the people that are actually trying. These people are trying to take my life right now, and they're all working together to try and do that. So it's got to the point now where I think a lot of people are withdrawing from the abuse, because there was a large majority of the community involved, but now there's not as many. But in saying that, the people that are still involved are the cruelest, and they're the most desperate. So this is why the abuse I'm going through now is it's so intense. I'm just being put through abuse everywhere I turn. And in my home, I'm constantly defending my air in my home from these people. The three that have joined my unit, the one that lives diagonally, he's still breathing cigarette smoke through, and he just does anything he can. He's constantly that's all he does too, 24 hours a day, and he's a creep. He's a known predator, peeping Tom, and this sick. It's so sickening to know that this person is viewing in my home along with I don't know how many other creeps. And then this woman next door, she never lets up either. She's always turning her range hood on and off and just sending the air through from her home, and it's not nice at all. It's I don't know what germs are in any of these people's homes. This landlord could be sending diseases through, anything, into my home, and I wouldn't know. Attacking someone's air, it's silent and it's something that can't be seen. So that's why I've got to keep speaking out about it, because I know what these people are doing. So but nobody else can see it because they're attacking my air. And this landlord, St George Community Housing, I've given up contacting them because they don't even answer my emails. This is a well-known housing organisation doing this. And who knows how many other people they've done this to. So, yeah, I just went out and, yeah, I'm having a real problem right now just even talking, because this is taking my voice away as well. And That's what they want. They want my voice to be taken away. So that's another reason why they're leaving this. I also have a pain condition that's worse than what they've told me, and they're keeping that information from me. And when I go out, what they do is they send people towards me that are severely disabled. I mean, I went to the shopping centre just then, and I've spoke about how they're doing this before. The shopping centre looked more like a hospital than a shopping centre, because that's how many disabled people they send there. And, you know, I know there's disabled people in all communities, but this is that they're making it obvious. They're sending those people towards me as if to say, look, this is how you're going to be, and we're not going to tell you what you have. So that's what they're doing. I also mentioned the other day in my home that I'm pretty sure that I'm on the spectrum when it comes to autism. And after saying that, I have been put through abuse when I go out, and they're exploiting other people too. They're exploiting other people. I'm not going to say what they're doing, but what they're doing is very, very sick and depraved. It is. So that's what they're doing. And then there's a humiliation that I go through in my home because of this lump in my throat and how it's affecting my breathing. And when I go out, they put me through more humiliation in regard to that. It's very embarrassing, and I don't know what to do. You know, there's no one to turn to for help. There's people viewing into my bedroom. They could be looking in my bathroom. I don't know, but you know, I've got to use my bathroom, and I'm not going to. You know, I'm a good person. I don't deserve any of this. I pay rent in this home. I don't harm anyone, and I'm not going to sneak around my home and, you know, not live in my home. I'm not going to let these people do that. I'm just not. So they want to shut me up. They don't want me to. They want me to be scared to leave the house as well. That's another thing. You know, they put me through so much abuse and degradation when I leave the house that they want me to be scared to leave the house. And I'm not. But, you know, if you go back on my channel and see what these people have put me through, I don't know how I've survived. I really don't. And I need urgent help. Because these three people, especially with these three people that are joined to my home, these people have got to be some of the cruelest people. And this landlord must be some madman. And, you know, the three people that are joined to my home, they have control of my air. So they're capable of murder. There's no doubt about that. Go back on my channel and see what they've done. You will see for yourself these people are capable of murder. They're cold. They're cold, they're callous, and they're very calculating about what they do. Calculated. So is this landlord. This landlord constantly sends people around my home to just... I'm being put through terror in my home. I am. And that's from the Campbelltown police too. Last night, they flew a helicopter low over my home, and that's to put me through more humiliation. I won't be a minute. Yeah, so the Campbelltown police, they flew a helicopter over my home last night. And that was just to humiliate me and to try and intimidate me. And you know, these people do this for laughs too. They do it because there's other people viewing into my home illegally. So they'll put me through abuse so that their friends can hear them putting me through abuse. Like, they do things like that for attention. So there was a helicopter pilot last night that did that. There's also constantly abusive men stalking my home in loud cars and on loud motorbikes. A lot of them are doing it for attention from their friends because, some people know the sound of people's cars, and bikes. So they do it for attention from their friends. Same with these neighbours. Some of these neighbours do this for attention, put me through abuse for attention. Some of them are getting paid from businessmen that have been involved in this abuse that are trying to get rid of me because of, I just went into a well-known organisation. I was put through Cruelty and Humiliation like I am every time I go there, and it's organisations like that. They're not the only ones. There's a lot of them involved, many. And, they don't want to be held accountable. So they're just they're paying, even the people that have this close access to me to put me through this abuse. So I want this abuse to stop. I want these people caught and held accountable. I want this landlord caught and held accountable. There's no way I'm letting this landlord get away with what he's done. No way. I don't think there's any amount of money in the world that could compensate me for the humiliation and abuse I've been through in Campbelltown, New South Wales, over the past 22 months. And then this goes back 55 years, as I said. So I've been put through 55 years of abuse from those people that brought me up and corrupt members of the system that have helped them and other family members. Everything in my life has been a setup, and it's all been psychological abuse. This is what I'm finding out now. Absolutely everything. My children have been brainwashed. This is all for my legacy. So these people knew that I stood to inherit something when I got older. I'm nearly 60. I'm 60 now. I've just turned 60. So it's just ridiculous that these people still think that they can have some kind of control over my life. These people that brought me up. Their belief system is like a cult. It's like a cult, it is, where they believe women shouldn't have any independence, and there's a lot of abusive men in my family. And the abusive men and women in my family are all sitting back watching me go through this abuse, this horrific abuse, and they have done for the past 22 months, and I've done nothing to those people to deserve this, nothing. And even when I still had them in my life, they were putting me through psychological abuse my whole life. And I just didn't realise it. But, now I'm waking up to everything that they've done, and I never want to see most of them again. My children, they were brainwashed. They were. So, I have forgiveness for my children in my heart. But for the other adults that they've had around them their whole life, absolutely not. And I want them held accountable for what they've done too. So right now, though, my breathing and the air in my home is my biggest priority. So I need urgent help right now to expose what this landlord, St George Community Housing, is trying to do. They're trying to hurry up and kill me. But there's no other way to put it. That's what they're trying to do. And they've got people watching in my home. They've got people just stalking me 24 hours a day. There's, random members of the community viewing into my home to watch me be put through this cruelty, and also to get ideas on how to abuse me when I go out. So if there's anyone out there that can help me raise public awareness of this, please help me. It's absolutely vital that I get help. These people are watching my vital signs too. They're watching my vital signs as they carry out this abuse. because of this implant that's in my body. So there's 3 people that are joined to my unit that keep tampering with my air, and this landlord, they're attempting murder every time they do that because they know I have severe PTSD. They know I suffer with panic attacks. I had a severe one through the night because of the humiliation I was put through. So, really all this woman's got to do is turn on her range hood and aggravate my breathing problem. These corrupt doctors, they're prolonging treatment. So, in a way, they're just hoping the humiliation and the stress is going to kill me. They don't care how it happens. They don't care if it's if I give up life or if I have a heart attack from the humiliation and the stress, or a stroke. And then I've got a pain condition that's worse than what they're telling me. And anything could happen with that as well, because it could be spinal, So I need urgent help. I do. I need urgent help because I've got people preying on my life 24 hours a day, even while I'm sleeping. They're preying on my life. I've got people viewing into my bedroom, through the night, seeing if I'm being abused, if I'm still breathing, what's happening, And these neighbours, they're being paid to do this. There's not only these neighbours, there's other neighbours around here that put me through abuse every chance they get. They're watching me in my home. If they see me leaving my home, they will sometimes set up, little acts, little scenarios to play out together to try and cause me some kind of humiliation or loss of hope. So this is what they're doing constantly. These people, they're viewing into my home illegally. They're watching my devices illegally. They're watching me film this video right now before I even upload it to YouTube. They're watching everything I search online. They can see everything I do on my phone, on my laptop. Every appointment I have, everywhere I go, there's stalkers waiting because they know where I'm going. And, to the point where these people can be doing something and then they're watching my reaction to it as well. So, there can be someone carrying out abuse out there and there's people out here watching my reaction. Like, they're all working together. They're all watching my vital signs too. So if they see me panicking, they'll all start at once. And that's what these neighbours did last night. This landlord must say, right, we've got to do this. We've got to do this now. So they'll all start attacking me together. Another option for these people of what they're hoping for is for me to have a mental health breakdown. I'm not going to let that happen. No. If anything, I get more determined to see this through because I've come so far through this. And even when I go out now and I'm put through the abuse, as heartbreaking as it is and as stressful as it is, every time I go out and I make it home and I just think about everything those people just did for nothing. These people, they're going to extremes. They're probably spending thousands on putting me through this abuse because they've got more to lose, especially these large organisations. This all started about 57 years ago. And this is what it's got to now, where these neighbours are trying to poison my air and this landlord's trying to hurry up and take my life. And last night, all 3 of them started attacking at once. They all started attacking my air at once and carrying out abuse. While abusive men were stalking, the helicopter went over. So they'll just all try together. This morning when I woke up, it was the first morning for a long time that there wasn't noise and pollution attacks. So that's something very positive. But there's still been stalkers going past my home today. I was still stalked on the road today. too. I was stalked on the road. Everywhere I went. In the car park, there was men that deliberately, cut me off when I was driving. In the car park, there was one hero that pulled up next to me when I was going to go to my car. I mean, these people, they're watching where I am on this device, this monitor. It shows them where I am. So this person, he's come and he's tracked me down. He's seen I was going to my car. He knew I was going to be going to my car. So he reversed his car in and he made it very difficult for me to get out of my parking spot. So this is the kind of thing they do. They do this. So yeah, these neighbours and other people, they're viewing into my home illegally on these cameras. They're watching my devices. They're watching my heartbeat and my vital signs. They're watching everything I do, absolutely every detail they're watching. They are tracking my vehicle and they're watching where I go around the shopping centre. They're watching me in my car too. They're watching me in my car. They're tracking me around the shopping centre so they know when I'm going to be on my way home. So they will sometimes have abuse ready set up for when I pull in the driveway and walk into my house. There's people living within metres from me that are trying to poison my air with, you might say, oh, it's not poison. I don't know what's in that air. I don't want to breathe their air. This landlord has rigged these range hoods for a reason. They were probably going to gas me in my home and make out like I took my own life because I have no family. That's because they've all been involved in this abuse. So it would have been so easy for them to set up with corrupt members of the health system and the justice system involved. So there's people within metres of me tampering with my air and, I don't trust it. This landlord could put anything through. He could put cyanide through them. He could put diseases. He could be letting people into my home while I'm out and tampering with my water. He could be doing anything. He's got keys to the place. He knows when I'm going out. He knows when I'm coming home. So, when I leave the house, I have to say that I've turned everything off and that there's nothing burning in my home, like just to protect myself, just for that extra bit of protection, like if anything should happen, at least, that's out there on my phone where I left the house at that time and there was nothing burning, just in case the landlord burns my house down. I don't know what he's going to do. He's a madman. He's trying to kill me. So I need urgent help. I need urgent help right now, and please, if there's anyone out there that can help me get justice in this situation, please contact me on the email that will be attached to this video. Anyone I reach out to for help, the justice system goes to them. They either tell them lies or they bribe them so that they don't help me. That's why I can't just go to anyone for help. These people are watching my phone. They're watching everything I do. So, if I was to ring a lawyer and ask for help, I probably, the odds of being put through more humiliation and abuse, psychological abuse and disappointment are pretty high, because that's what's happened with everybody I've reached out to. I've reached out to people in the public eye for help and they didn't help me. And I've seen them help people for much lesser circumstances than this. So that's why I have to talk about it on my channel. My channel is my only protection, and I'm trying to breathe clean air in my home, and I'm entitled to breathe clean air. I'm entitled to privacy. I'm entitled to human rights just like anybody else. This is happening to me because of abusive men and women, abusive cops. There's a cop that has committed violent crimes against women who's getting away with it. There's also a pedophile that I reported in this community who's still getting away with it. And they're two of the reasons why this is happening. Another reason is all the domestic violence and family violence I've been through over the past 10 years at least, where I've never received any justice. They don't want people finding out how these corrupt cops handled those calls for help. So that's another reason. I haven't done anything wrong to deserve this. I'm a good person, and I would never do anything to harm another person. And yet I'm constantly being put through this abuse from these people. So please, if you can help me in any way to raise public awareness of this, please help me. And thank you very much if you've taken the time to listen to this video. I appreciate it.